Howdy peeps. Today we're going to do something a little different than we usually do. Usually it's either sublimation, occasionally CNC contents, occasionally graphic design. Today we're going to take a step back and we're going to do something a little different. We're going to play with laser cutters. This is a laser engraver slash cutter from Longer, and this is the Ray 5. This is specifically the 20 watt version that they sent to me to try out. So we're going to assemble it, we're going to give it a shot, we're going to dive into laser cutting, laser engraving, and we're going to start right now. Alright guys, I know I usually do it in my shop inside, but with it being a laser cutter, I don't really have room for it, and the ventilation's not ideal. So we're going to assemble it out here, and let's start by cracking open this box and see what all we got. I think it'll be a pretty straightforward assembly process. I think it's kind of like my CNC machine, but a little smaller. But yeah, I'm super excited to try it. There's our manual. Let's see. Everything's very nicely packaged in this really nice protective foam. Very nice. And look at that. There's all the stuff, all the goodies right there. We have, of course, our control panel. There's our, let's go ahead and start pulling stuff out. Show you how all this works. There's our laser resistant shades, power cable. Let's see what else we got. We have a USB cable. It's almost like a standard printer cable. Super duper cool. It does have a trap on the end for electrical interference. Super cool. But yeah, just a standard USB, almost like a printer cable. This looks like the hardware. Oh wow. Belts, look, it's labeled. That's awesome. It's labeled by step. Step 3, step 4, step 1. That's super cool. Samples, a little brush. There's all your tools. Overall, super cool stuff there. Let's see. Silica gel, keep moisture down. This is our control panel and wiring. That's everything. Super duper awesome. Let's see. Here is the main gantry that it rides on, that everything rides on. Already assembled and everything. Stepper motor, everything. That's super helpful that we don't have to assemble that. These are the legs. Actually, no. This is actually the power brick. That's the power supply for it. Over here are the legs. There are the legs. As you notice, there are 3 of them and not 4. It's because the not the interface. The control panel is actually the 4th leg. Now, this guy, this is the business end of it. This is the actual laser itself. Let's see if I can get him out. Sorry, really struggle busting. This is the actual laser module, and it tells you what all we got, how many watts. There's a business end that you don't want to be looking down. There's all the power. Super cool stuff. And the last but not least are the framing parts. yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll go ahead and get everything laid out, and we'll go ahead and get everything started and assembled. So, all right, guys and girls, we have everything laid out. We're going for step 1, which is basically assembling the frame. So we're going to get our pieces. This one is the back. This one is the front. And these two are the sides. Oh, this one goes back corner if I'm not mistaken. 410, 410. Make us a little bit more room. And from my understanding, I'm going to move those guys out of the way. I didn't think I needed this much room. I think those just go in there and you just square the corner up like that. So step 1, hardware. We'll go ahead and just dump it out in the middle there. Alright, so basically how this thing goes together, it's basically just like this. You square up the corner, and then all we're going to do is tighten this guy up with that. So we're going to get a little close. We're just going to snug it up and get it pretty close. We're going to build it like this, make it a little easier. Actually, that won't make it easier. Let's do it that way. And all we're doing is just tightening this guy up, trying to keep it flush right here. And we're not going to just bear down on it. We're just going to tighten it just a little bit, because we want this to be as flush as possible. There we go, right there. That's pretty flush.
Next, we just repeat the process for the remaining 3 corners.
Alright guys, so the next step is to put these guys in all 4 corners once we get it squared up. So we'll start down here and we'll show you what that looks like. Basically, it'll just thread in there like that. Alright, we'll go ahead and repeat that for all 4 corners and we'll be good to go. Alright guys, this is what we're at so far. We got a good amount of stuff done. We got the frame mostly built. I think the next step is going to be, I think it's going to be adding the, okay. So basically add the, not the gantry, but the access to it. Okay. So let's see. Oh yeah, just slide on from down here. Like physically doesn't even want to fit. There we go. There we go. It's a little bit tight. A little bit. No. Honestly, that's probably about right. That's probably just about right, is getting this, yeah. If it'll roll freely, it's not super duper free, but it's not bad. All right, next up, step 3, which are the legs. So we'll go ahead and get all that ready. These are different. I'm gonna make sure of those. Let's see. So this is the front one. We're going to put something on this other end to keep it raised up. You'll do. You'll do. There we go. Yeah, he'll do just fine. Something to keep it off the ground. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see. Okay, so the isolated one goes over here on this side. It goes right here. And what it does is just, we'll zoom in so you can see what that is. Take it off. We'll go ahead and zoom in so you can see what we're doing here. It says that goes on the bottom. Let me see what that's about. I don't see where that needs to go. Oh. I think that needs to go right here. I think that's what it's talking about. Just put that little short guy there. And then it looks like we put the long one over here. And then we just use this longer one, and we get it. We get the big Allen wrench on it, and kind of slowly tighten him up. Same with this little guy over here. Should be nice and tight. And we'll go ahead and tighten this guy up while we're at it too. Okay. Now, from the looks of it, these legs appear to be universal. Like if you stack them on top of each other, I don't think there's any unique cuts in any of them, so we should be fine just putting them wherever. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to hand thread it, and then we're going to try to get us another one in there. And that should be just fine, and then we'll go ahead and polish them on up with an Allen wrench. And we'll go ahead and get them tight. Now that we have them somewhat tight, we can go ahead and just crank him on down a little bit more. And that should take care of that. Now the front of our machine is completely done. Front of our machine completely done. So we'll go ahead and flip it and we'll get the back side going. Alright guys, we went ahead and did all of that. We went ahead and turned the frame sideways so we can get the belts installed. Because that is step 4, is doing the timing belts. So we're going to go ahead and knock that out. And hopefully let's see. Now these little guys right here are for the belt tensioning. Okay. So what we're going to do is get our belts right here, and we're going to feed them on through. And there's both belts. Now how we're going to do this, let's see if we can film it from a different direction. Of course, they're going teeth down, so we're just going to run the teeth through there. That's taken care of. The next part is going to be to run it through this. What we have to do is we have to get the belt to go under here, around here, and over this. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and put it through. And we're just going to use an Allen wrench to to pick it up and over. And there we go. See, there we go. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to go back under and then back through. And luckily it just happened to curve just right. And there we go. Just like that. And then we just feed it through the other end. And we have us a nice belt, which we can just tighten up and then we'll be good to go. What it is, you put one of these little guys down there. One of these sizes. I think it's this size it fits in. And you just put it in there and it'll lock. And we can just kind of center it and then we just tighten it down. And now that belt is not moving. So what we do is we're going to go to the other side and do the exact same thing to get it nice and tightened. All right, so now we're at the other end and we're going to try to do the exact same thing. We're going to take one of these little guys, kind of partially thread it, get our Allen wrench. We're just going to put it in there and start tightening. And then once it gets tight enough, you can see it how it slid sideways. And then we just kind of pull a little bit. And there we go. Should be just tight enough to, yeah. I think that's plenty tight. Plenty tight.
Now just repeat the process to do the belt on the other side and you'll be good to go. Next up, install the limit switches. Longer has made this super easy by putting a sticker right where it goes. So you can literally just line it up with a sticker and just bolt it down. And it's really that simple. And this is an amazing step. It's way better than anything else I've seen in 3D printers or other CNC machines.
Alright guys, next up is installing the laser. We have the hardware right here. Okay, so it needs to be right up here. We need to go ahead and pre-thread that and then pre-thread the other one. Actually, it may make more sense to do it down here. I feel like they're meant for down here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and put that guy on down, and then we just use the screws to lock him in. So basically, what we're doing is we're just connecting this guy, connecting the laser module, snapping them into place, and then we're just hooking the wire so there's no problems there. Okay. Cool. Super cool. Okay. Now, next up is going to be connecting this guy. Let's see. Okay, so that needs to go obviously right here. and the limit switch. So we need to hook up the motor driver and also the limit switch. Which I may have to pick it up to do that, because that's super not fun. Yeah, I don't know what the best way to do that is going to be. Flip them on over. That wiring is going to be a little bit tight. That's okay though, I think we can manage. Okay. Now, I feel safe about how that is. I'm not a big fan, but I mean, you know, I feel like if we zip tie that, that's gonna be fine. Yeah. If we zip tie that, I think we're good to go on that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's zip tie that right there. And we are good to go on wiring. I feel like this should have went over here. And then I just missed that. And that way that can go over here and it won't go too far. I don't know how I missed that, but I did. I feel like I missed that. Alright, that's fine. That's good travel. I think we're okay with that. So based on that, I think we're ready to think about powering this guy up. Alright guys, plugging it up to the barrel jack. We have us a connection. Plugging it up to power. We have connection. We'll go ahead and put the memory card in, just because. I think it goes the other direction. Simple SD memory card. Okay. Cool. So we got power. Basically, we want to get that right on the top of that and tighten this down, tighten down the other side so we can flip him back up. And it's zeroed as far as the height, so we should be good to go on that. Now next up, this is what we're going to do. We're going to tell it that we want to run the longer logo, which is logo.dc. So it's going to do that. And what we're going to do first, we're going to frame it. Let's see. See if it'll allow me to show you how that actually looks. We're framing it, so hit frame, and it's going to tell us exactly where it's going. And it's going to go ahead and start cutting. It's going to go ahead and start engraving directly into that little piece of wood. And now that we have it focused, because the first time I tried it, it didn't work. Because I did not have a laser focused right, and that's what I ended up with. So we're going to try it again and see if we get a better result. And I suspect we're going to get a much better result this time. Alright. Now, once your carve's done, see what we got. On the screen prompt it says carve finish. So put yes. And then let's pull them out and check them out. And that is much, much better than my other one. Like, I'll show you, like, I was messing with it just trying to get it right, and I kind of forgot to do the laser right, and I come up with just garbage. It's just garbage. But that's okay. And then I played with it a little bit more, and we got it, we got them dialed in. Like, I'm not mad about that at all. And I went ahead and did this too. I did the cap pawl that come with the file. And it looks really good too. So overall, we got our first carvings out of the way. I'm pretty happy with it. We'll go ahead and shut everything down, and we'll go ahead and go inside for some more stuff.
So, what are my final thoughts? Overall, the longer Ray 5 20-watt laser is a well-built and very well-engineered kit. It goes together very easily with no surprises or modifications required. While in the video I've only ran the test samples, the real magic comes when you pair the laser with a capable PC using Lightburn or Laser Gerbil software. Overall, this is a killer value for the price you get, and if you're looking to get your feet wet in lasers, it's a solid choice. Shout out to Longer for sending me the Ray 5 20-watt test. If you found this video helpful, feel free to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more maker content.